Hey everybody, welcome. I am really excited to be here today to talk to you guys about why recruiting matters and why it's so important. I have to say this is actually my first time getting to speak on recruiting outside of my team. So that's exciting, and thank you for the opportunity. Hopefully some people will hop on. I know it's during the day. This is my kiddo's nap time, so this tends to work well with my schedule. But just to give a little bit of background on myself, so I'm a former teacher. I taught for 10 years in the public school, mostly middle school, a couple years elementary. I very unexpectedly decided that I wanted to stay home when my first was born. I never saw myself as a stay-at-home mom, never thought I would be a stay-at-home mom, but I decided this was something I really wanted to do. I saved all my teaching paychecks to be able to do it, and I pleaded and begged my husband to let me stay home for just 1 year. He finally agreed, and we were able to make it work because I had saved up all my money. And then, wouldn't you know, 1 year went by really fast and I was not ready to go back. I was pregnant with my second and would have only made it through half of the year anyway. And so decided to stay home for another year. And that's when finances started to get tight. And then due to unexpected things like Hurricane Irma and my dog getting sick and having medical needs that weren't just a one-time thing, they were going to be a month after month occurrence for my family. The option to stay at home just was not going to be a possibility anymore. So thankfully for me, Color Street found its way to me. I had tried a sample a month prior, and although I had never seen myself doing direct sales, I had never attended a party, I had never purchased anything from any direct sales company before Color Street, I decided that I loved the product and that this might be my answer to make up that $300 deficit with our bills. So here I am, almost 2 years later, still loving it and completely thankful and grateful for the opportunity. I don't know where I would be without Color Street, which kind of brings us to our topic today. Why is recruiting so important? So the first thing I want to say is that I don't actually consider myself a great recruiter. I would say I'm a consistent recruiter. I do a lot of online parties. I would say most of the people I sign up are through parties. They are not friends. They are not family members. They are not, people that I hang out with. They are people that I have met through parties. Many of them have been hostesses. I would say about half are hostesses and half are probably people that attended the party. And then I do have a very few number of people I've enrolled that I actually personally knew before Color Street, but not many. So always keep that in mind when you're looking for people. I tend to enroll around 2 or 3 a month. I've had great months where I enroll 5 or 6. I've had months that I consider slumps that, I don't enroll any. This month I've only enrolled 1, still, reaching out, trying to find that second one so I can hit Circle of Excellence, but we'll see what happens. All that matters is that you're trying your best, you're working your business, and you're following what you need to do in order to do it, and eventually it clicks and it'll happen. So I have written down 7 reasons of why I think recruiting is so important. Number 1, and probably the most obvious reason, is that it helps you make more money. So when you enroll someone, you are making 6% off that person's commissions, plus you will make 6% off of the people they personally enroll. So if you enroll one stylist that just bonus qualifies every month, that's almost $20. That's $18 in your pocket. But let's say that stylist that you enrolled is super motivated and sells $2,000 every month. That's an extra $120 in your pocket every single month. Okay? Now take someone that's been in the business a little longer, like me. I've enrolled, last time I counted, I haven't counted for a while, and granted, not everyone's still active, but last I counted, I enrolled about 70 people. Take that $20 or $100 times 70 people, and it adds up very quickly. So, reason number one, more money. More money is always a good thing, right? Reason number two is that it helps you to rank up. When you rank up, you also make more money because you then get paid on your next level. So, as a bonus qualified stylist, you're making that 6%, but when you rank up to senior stylist or team leader, you start getting paid on your level 3. Directors, you start getting paid on your level 4, and it keeps going from there. So, as you continue to recruit throughout the month, personally, with each rank that I have gone up, I've noticed my paycheck almost double, simply because it takes a few months to get there. You're constantly pushing and working your business every month, and then by the time you get that next rank, you've enrolled anywhere from 5 to 10 to however long it takes you to get there. And how long it takes you to get there isn't what's important. It's just that you keep working your business and eventually get there. You should always have a goal in mind, no matter what it is. And I think I heard Trinity say this earlier, and I do the same thing. I always have my current rank chart filled out, and then I always have my next one filled out. I like to look at them in paper. I like to do them in pencil so that I can track throughout the month and I know exactly what I need in order to reach my goals. So reason number 3, and this one I think is one of the most important reasons of recruiting, is that it helps you to maintain your rank and it helps you to fill in the gaps. Because there's a saying with Color Street that 1/3 are coming, 1/3 are staying, and 1/3 are going. So you might start off recruiting, but if you decide to just stop, you're not going to maintain your rank. You have to consistently do this, which again, consistency is the key of this business. You have to consistently do this month after month and continue recruiting, because what if somebody quits? What if somebody stops working their business? What if someone's goals change? Because this business is about their goals and what they want, not necessarily my goals. Not everybody wants to take it all the way to the top like I do. And I didn't even start with those goals. Those goals have evolved and changed over time as I have continued to set goals and achieve them. So just to give a quick example, I had a senior stylist on my team who is under one of my director legs, had some life changes, messaged me one day and said, "Hey, I think I'm going to quit." Okay. Normally this would send me into a panic. However, because I am constantly recruiting and because my other legs are constantly recruiting, we were able to quickly fill that so that nobody lost rank. Okay, so that's one reason why it's really important to do this every single month. Number 4, and this is actually the reason that got me recruiting, is free trips. So when I joined this business, if you remember, if you were on for the beginning, I joined just looking to cover my family's expenses. So for me, if I could make $300 a month, that was my goal. I did not intend to grow a team. I didn't want to grow a team. In fact, the first person that wanted to sign up with me, my upline kind of had to talk me into it because I was really worried about losing that commission dollars from her buying from me. And I just did not see at the time what this could be. So I had just ranked to a team leader conference of 2018, and that's when they announced the cruise. And I realized I love to travel. I realized that if I was going to earn this cruise trip, I needed to start recruiting and I needed to figure out how to do it. And I will tell you, I was doing everything I already should have been doing except one thing. And that was personal development. I was showing up every day. I was running the parties. I was sharing the business. I was sharing the opportunity, but I was not doing personal development. And that July, I decided that was the one thing that everybody was talking about doing that was successful that I was not doing. And I'm telling you, that month, I enrolled 3 people. The following month, I enrolled 3 people. I think I hit director within 1 month. And by the time I took the cruise, I was already a senior director. So I rank advanced twice in just a very short time span, simply because my mindset had changed, my goals had changed, and it just kind of all started clicking. And who doesn't love free trips, right? I mean, hello. Pretty much any trip you earn with Color Street is going to have a recruiting element because that's what they want you to do. So if you want to earn the trips, you got to recruit. Number 5 is our new Circle of Excellence cash bonus, which again goes up depending on your rank. So, I mean, who doesn't want a cash bonus, right? And if you really look at the percentages, most of the ranks, when you earn Circle of Excellence, it's almost like a 20% raise. Like, where do you find that? I mean, like, I worked teaching for 10 years and, my pay went up like a couple thousand a year, like not very much, sometimes less than that. So that's a really huge perk. Number 6 is that it keeps you accountable. If you are recruiting, you're going to be able to teach your team how to recruit. And then they're going to be able to teach their team how to recruit. It keeps you accountable. It keeps you working your business, because if you stop working your business, this all goes away. It keeps you fresh on ideas. It keeps you learning so that you can be the best you can. Because the number one thing I always tell my team as a leader is I will never, and I promise you, I will never ask you to do anything that I myself am not doing. So when we have little challenges throughout the month, whatever it may be, sending out thank you cards or sending follow-up messages or, recommending that you recruit and try to recruit 2 people a month. Like, I am doing all of those things. And if you aren't doing them, it's very, very hard to teach your team how to do them. And number 7, and honestly, this is the most important reason to recruit, is that you might just be changing someone else's life. So like I said, I do not know where I would be without Color Street. I am so grateful that my upline sent me a sample. I am so grateful that I joined her VIP group and decided to place that first buy 3 get 1 free order, and I only placed 1 before becoming a stylist. She had a considering group, which is another thing I recommend to have, whether it's your own personal one or whether you have a team one. I would have never had the confidence to ask questions about this business because I never thought it was something I could see myself doing. I'm so grateful that I was able to quietly join that group, watch the posts, find out what I needed to learn, and then once I decided I thought this was for me, then I was confident enough to reach out and ask the questions that I needed to know in order to decide if this was for me. And so I always tell my team, if you are sharing a business blessing on your personal page, do not say, hey, message me if you have questions or more details, because I would have never done that. And I think a lot of people are not going to do that until they are ready. It's so important that they have somewhere they can go and just watch and learn and be a fly on the wall with no pressure, and they're going to let you know when they're ready. And then just check in on them from time to time. But that's the thing is, and especially during this time, I've had so many team members say, oh, I feel like it's wrong to recruit during this time, or I don't want to seem insensitive or something like that. And I'm thinking, this is the best time to be recruiting. Like, I am sharing it with everyone I come in contact with, because there are people losing jobs. There are people that aren't sure how long their jobs are going to be there. There are people that are transitioning and working from home and are trying to homeschool and are stressed out and could totally use this outlet. So anything I post, I'm like, who doesn't need a backup plan? Who doesn't need a side hustle right now? And who doesn't need a virtual business right now? Because right now, everything is going virtual. We have something that is so special that honestly, we should be sharing it with everybody, because if you're not sharing it, you're doing a disservice to those people, because you could be changing their lives, and their lives may not be changed because you didn't share it. And honestly, I think that is the most important reason to recruit, because like I said, where would we all be right now if someone didn't share it with us? So that's all I have for you guys. If there's any questions, I'll stay on for just a minute or two and answer any, but hopefully you will go out there and recruit today. If you have not shared a business blessing this week on your personal Facebook page, I will give that to you as your action plan. I encourage you to go and tell your entire Facebook world how blessed you are because of this business, and see if they want to learn more. What is your best recruiting tip? Oh my. Honestly, I feel like my best recruiting tip is just to have a considering page. I personally feel like it's best to have your own. Again, different theories on this, but I want my potential recruits to connect with me and my story, not my uplines, not some leader, 5 ranks above me or anything like that. I really want them to connect with me, and me, just like everyone else, I started with a group that had literally nobody in it. You get that first person to join and you about want to jump out of your seat. And then it just grows. It grows over time. Share in your VIP group once a week. Share in your parties, and make it personal. Don't just make it about the business. So like my opportunity post within my parties talks about my story, has a picture of my dog, and it's really like why I joined and why this has blessed me. And then it has like a few little tidbits about the business. It's not like a picture of the kit and, hey, sign up as this, 25% commission, and that's really the important thing, is just connecting with people. I think when people connect with you and they trust you, they will join you. And I've even had people come to me and say, well, like my local friend sells this too, but I met you through a party, like, why would I join with you over her? And I just say, this is your business and this is your decision, And I just recommend that you join with whoever you think is going to make your business most successful. And, the choice is theirs. I don't pressure them to go one way or another, but I'm very confident in my skills as a leader and as a mentor. And, hopefully they'll join with me. And if they don't, then hopefully they still have a successful business anyway. All right. So, it doesn't look like there's any more questions. All right. So, bye everybody. Thank you so much for having me, and go share those business blessings. Bye everybody.